Hello to you, our viewers. It is once again time for the news here on Rwanda Television with me, Serge Nhore. A warm welcome to you. Let us begin with the headlines. President Paul Kagame has had a productive call with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to discuss the deterioration of the security situation in the Eastern DRC, as well as the need for the de-escalation of hostilities and a political resolution to the conflict. President Paul Kagame has received Ambassador Gervais Abayeho, Burundi's Minister of East African Community Affairs, Youth, Sports and Culture, and his delegation, who delivered a message from President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi. 20 executives of Dubai-based businesses have engaged with their Rwandan counterparts to discuss potential partnerships. And now the details. As we just noted in the headlines, President Paul Kagame has had a productive call with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Monday to discuss the deterioration of the security situation in Eastern DRC, as well as the need for de-escalation of hostilities and a political resolution to the conflict. His Excellency Paul Kagame reiterated Rwanda's firm support for the ongoing regional processes to bring peace and stability to the Democratic Republic of Congo and the region as a whole. Now, on Monday afternoon at Village Rugwiro, President Paul Kagame also received Ambassador Gervais Abayeho, Burundi's Minister of East African Community Affairs, Youth, Sports and Culture, as well as his delegation, who delivered a message from His Excellency President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi. Now, on to other matters. 20 executives of Dubai-based businesses have engaged in discussions with their Rwandan counterparts to, among other things, connect with potential partners for mutual future success. Adam Squizera has the details.
Dubai is a city that is considered as a business center of the world. It is the capital of the United Arab Emirates. Dubai itself is a state or an emirate that is part of the United Arab Emirates, which already has a strong business partnership with Rwanda. This is why the Chamber of Commerce in Dubai, Dubai Chamber, decided to visit Rwanda in order to seek various opportunities and how to expand cooperation with Rwandan private sector. According to the head of Dubai Chamber, Muhammad Ali Rashid Lota.
How we can help supply the businessmen in Rwanda with their requirements directly, rather than going as a transit through other countries, and this will definitely help in increasing the bilateral trade.
Figures shows that last year Rwanda exported goods worth of $514 million, while what Rwanda has imported from Dubai was worth of $143 million. Most of Rwanda's exports to Dubai are mainly agriculture products, such as tea, coffee, fruits and minerals. David Guijema explains that such discussions aims to build trust between traders.
We appreciate such meetings, such initiatives. We even thank the government of Rwanda, all the organizers, the PSF, because this is a platform whereby we can meet investors, new investors that are coming in the country, and get to interact with them, know which areas of their investments, and then come in as logisticians to help them establish, to help them move their cargo, to help them in their logistical needs so that their business can move smoothly.
The Vice President of the Private Sector Federation, PSF, Timenyi Aimable, affirms that such discussions grows opportunities dedicated to expand business.
Icyo muri kubona hano ubundi byari busaba umunyarwanda guhaguruka akajyayo. Nta nubwo bari bumufungurira imiryango uyu muntu kuko n'abantu. What you're looking here means that the way before it will be difficult for us to even join Dubai market. So it is an opportunity for us to be with them because there's are big investors in Dubai. So this means that we have to use these opportunities to boost up our economy. Because when it comes to quality products, Dubai traders never hesitate, because Dubai has those big investors. Iyo bitangiye kujya kuri quality, Dubai nta limit igira abakire ba mbere mwisi.
Dubai Chamber came to Rwanda with the representative of 18 investment companies, where they had a face-to-face discussion with Rwandan private sector. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Jean Chrysostome Ngabitsinze, told those traders how the government of Rwanda offers many opportunities dedicated to expand their business.
Rwanda is one of the fastest growing economies in the region. It has a low risk profile for investors. It is one of the safest countries and has a lower debt ratio. It is business friendly in terms of governance as well as high ranked in the easy of doing business report. There are multiple reasons why it would make sense to expand operations to Rwanda. There are just a few of them.
Last year only, Dubai's non-oil exports to Rwanda has reached a value of $143.8 million, while imports from Rwanda exceeded to $514.5 million, representing a 33% increase. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
In a conference that is discussing research projects aimed at finding solutions to challenges faced by Africa's health sector, Rwandan researchers have noted that the problem of young people who do not reveal their status to others after testing HIV positive has been contributing to the spread of the virus. Adam Squizera continues.
Uwase Melissa, a researcher who is working on the problem of large number of youth who becomes desperate after testing HIV positive, and Hirko Muzungu, who is researching on the problem of maternal mortality. Both study at the University of Rwanda.
There's a growing trend in HIV new infections worldwide and here in the country, especially among adolescents and young adults aged between 10 to 24 years. And this growing trend is associated mainly with a certain percentage of loss to follow-up. It was found that between 20 to 30% of adolescents and young adults are lost to follow-up in HIV care continuum. So I want to leverage machine learning to predict loss to follow-up among this age group.
Practically, we use data from hospitals. We go into the data of women who were managed at the hospital. We go and we train an algorithm so that another woman who will come, she will feed the information into the algorithm, and the algorithm may be able to classify that pregnancy. It may say this pregnancy is low risk, is medium risk, or this is a high risk pregnancy. And by that classification, a nurse or a midwife at health center, she will know that this is something that I should be transferring to a higher facility.
Assistant Professor David Tomusime, the Deputy Dean of School of Health Sciences, College of Medicine and Health Sciences at the University of Rwanda, says that the results of this research gives a hope that they will be implemented by relevant institutions.
Our research impact, we expect it to be very high. Why? The approach we use, for us, we start from the start of the project by engaging the stakeholders. And the main stakeholders here are the policymakers and implementers. So when we engage them from the starting, they own the project, but also they help the researchers to identify the gaps that need the solutions. So in most cases, they are just waiting for those solutions to the challenges that they have. And with that, when the results come out, we disseminate them to them, but they are understanding, and they immediately take them into action, into practice, and that improves the impact of the results from the research. And this is where we have evidence-based policies, evidence-based practice, and evidence-based guidance into treatment and healthcare.
Peter Kilnox, Acting Associate Director for International Research at the National Institute of Health, affirms that these projects will generally provide a sustainable solution to various health issues across the continent.
This is a 5-year project and really a generational project to really capture the data that's available in Africa and to use that to solve some of the biggest health problems that's being faced. The traditional challenges with maternal child health, with HIV and TB and malaria, also the big increase in non-communicable diseases, pandemic preparedness is now a big concern, and also climate change and health. So we're really very enthusiastic, a big investment from NIH, most of the NIH institutes and centers involved with this to really harness the potential for data science in Africa to solve health problems.
The research projects to be carried out by Rwandans will cost more than $2.3 million, of which $88 million will be invested in 38 projects over a period of 5 years expected to end by 2026, which will be provided by the National Institute of Health. This 6 days conference will also review these research projects participated by university professors and researchers from 21 African countries and beyond. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Now, parliamentarians from Nigeria have observed that Rwanda's parliament having many female MPs is an indication of how women are valued in this country. Adam Squizera once more.
A delegation of 16 senators and deputies who are on a 4-day study visit to Rwanda, the leader of this delegation, Motunaria Akitomide, appreciated the way in Rwanda women are in the leadership positions of the country, especially in the parliament, something that he thinks should be done in their home country.
Rwanda, it's a beautiful place, and I would like to commend the president of this great country. He has done immensely in uniting the people together, knowing fully well the history of what has happened over the years. And also, it's one thing to propose change, is another thing for the people to change. And also commend the people for believing in the president, in leading them thus far and doing very well for the country. Definitely there's a lot we've learned. We now understand that according to the Beijing conference, where they talk about the women inclusion in politics or in seats, it's very, very important that we take this back, knowing fully well that you have majority of the women here in parliament, which is something that we really don't have in Nigeria, and we really need to speak about that and bring that inclusion also into the government in the parliament in Nigeria.
Senator Dikite Plang, who is also among those members of parliament who are on a study visit to Rwanda, noted that they had 2 study visits to Morocco and back to Rwanda, but he only decided to come to Rwanda because the way he felt that he wanted to see it. He adds that he has seen the difference in the education sector, something which he would take back to his home country.
I feel very, very elated, happy, and I see a very well-organized community, and I'm glad. I am highly, highly, highly impressed with the setup, the community setup, the working system, and how secured you seem to be. You are our younger brothers, but we will still learn from our younger brothers too. Have provisions for the physically challenged, have provision for youths, and have provision for our women. I think this will help in stabilizing our government, and I see Rwanda into it. So I think that as a legislator, this is another thing that I need to pick, and this is another thing that I need to support. The only question I forgot to ask was to find out how many countries in Africa are similar to Rwanda. We need to get documents from these places and probably share these views back to our countries. But again, I want to actually congratulate the Rwandese or Rwandians. I don't know what you call yourself. But I think you're on the right path.
The head of the Committee on Social Affairs, Uwamaria Odette, points out that Rwanda and Nigeria have good relations, which will improve as well in both parliaments, where they even expect a delegation of women in the parliament from that country that will be on a study visit to Rwanda too. They appreciated our country's development, particularly through the parliament. Another thing they pointed out is that their women forum in parliament should come back to Rwanda to learn something from us. Since even tomorrow they will be in parliament with us, we also expect to learn something from them as well. This delegation will also visit various institutions in Rwanda that have something to do with the management of public services and labor.
Now our time is up, but stay with Rwanda Television as the programs continue. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.